Morning, good morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Happy Saturday, September 16th, 2023. We're almost, I guess we're halfway through the month. Hi, hi, hi. So I have pledged to myself that I would go easy on myself this month and kind of just come up with ideas. And this whole month has been me working on techniques with jelly plates, working on adding things to jelly plates, working on layering things on jelly plates. A lot of mixed media. Now I am knee deep and turning everything into black and white. So yesterday I got the idea um, of photocopying a whole sheet of washi tape, all the different kinds. This whole drawer was used, and mostly vertical, a little bit of horizontal just to add texture. Uh, and I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but I am knee deep in turning everything into black and white. My entire journal is not going to be black and white next month for Halloween, but it will have a large foundation of black and white. Let's just say that. And I know if somebody thinks vintage, old, they think browns and sepia tones and that kind of stuff, sienna, raw sienna, that kind of stuff. But mine is going to be more black, I think. I'm trying not to set myself up for failure by not diving deep into my project. And if you don't know, I'm doing a book report next month. I don't do a Halloween activities journal. I've done it for many, many, many years in scrapbooking, and when kids were younger and lives were different, and life is just different now. And so I mean, when you have a teen who doesn't want to do everything, she's in that awkward stage as a granddaughter now. She doesn't want to get involved in all that stuff. We do have a lot of activity level for kids down at the beach where we spend October, but it's 3 hours away, so she only can come for one weekend. So, in order for me to have fun and do an October daily, I came upon the idea of just doing it in my way, doing a book report or doing what I call book reports, um, outlining a book in my journal chapter by chapter, or making up a story or whatever. That's how I kind of do everything now because my seasons have changed so much, and I hate that term in a conversation, but it's true. My season has changed. Um, I'm not involved in my husband's children's lives, which they're all grown adults now. One with her own kid, and I am involved with that kid, but again, she is 3 hours away from us at this time of the year. So it just, things change. So I'm doing a book report. But last year, I did a book report and I set myself up, or I did it on a movie. I did Ghostbusters. But I set myself up for failure because I started it too early. And by the middle, I was so bored with all of it. So I'm purposely putting reins on myself and brakes to try to not go too early. So I'm still experimenting with techniques, and I got on this black and white kick, and I can't stop. So yesterday I came up with the idea of photocopying a whole sheet of washi tape. What would that look like? Um, and right now I've gone to the copier. I didn't even turn off the camera. I let it run. But um, I'm having so much fun. Yes, you can buy black and white paper, but it's more fun to make your own. And if you love playing with mixed media and you have quite a few supplies, why not? Why not? Um, there it is, and I love how it turned out. I love that the spiral part shows up a little bit. I love the different textures that came in. I love the layering. I love the um, vertical and horizontal bits of it. And now this envelope, because I've already made my journal. It's a junk journal, made out of envelopes. But one day I got too close to the window envelope with the heat gun and I melted it. So we're taking that part out. And now I think I'm going to even do those windows differently. I've watched a couple more videos on people that use them, and I'm like, oh, that's a better idea. That's the problem. You second guess yourself all the time. I do. Here's where I'm telling you about the coding book. This is a medical coding book, the way they used to do it. It's from 2016, and my husband took it out of the trash at his office. So, yay, husband. And I love this. I ended up just putting a single sheet on there. I'm starting to cover up the construction washi tape of this journal because it's lipstick washi tape, which I don't want showing. So anyhow, I got the bright idea. I did another one. I think I did 4 or 5 of these yesterday, and I just couldn't stop. So these were the clusters because I loved the cluster look of one of the pieces that I used on 3 or 4 pages ago. Um, but I don't like the way these clusters look in real life. In their color form, in the black and white form, they're fine. They're luscious. But it didn't work for me at all. And granted, I knew I was going black and white, so the fact that that red hair little doll picture doesn't go great with the other colors, it's fine because I knew I was going to go black and white. So in color, this looks terrible, even for me. I have had that scrapbook paper forever. It came in a little 6x6 book, and I'm like, can I do this now? Can I finally use this? Yes. So see, I finally found a place to use it. Now I got some origami paper that I need to use up too. Anyhow, so all of this to say, I took a deep dive into black and white. Speaking of deep dives, the dog seems to be fine. If you weren't here yesterday, oh, there's a map from Cologne I found in Germany. So I'm not using that, and I don't know why that was in there. Everything gets put in the wrong place at this house in my craft room. Um, the dog, if you weren't here yesterday, the dog ate one of my husband's shirts. Well, he chewed 3 holes in it, like 2-inch holes. But in one of those holes was a button on the placket, and we think he ate the button. We can't find the button, but he seems to be acting just fine. Now, this was yesterday, and I told him, I said, we need to just take him to the vet. And I don't know what they can do. Can they x-ray him and say, yes, it's caught in his intestines, blah, 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 blah. It was a small button, but still, he's a 20-pound dog. His intestines can't be that big. I don't think they're the size of a glue stick, so that button was going to get caught somewhere. But he's not showing any symptoms of having any issues with digestion whatsoever. And it's 24 hours later. So we're kind of hoping maybe if he did eat the button, he broke it in tiny pieces and it's going to go through okay. I don't think buttons are digested very well with stomach acids. I don't know. He's got some wicked stomach acids, so maybe he's going to be okay. He does not show any signs of any kind of discomfort whatsoever. And he would show them. Trust me, he's very emotional. This dog is very emotional. So we think he's okay. But boy, oh boy, either that or he did not eat the button, and I don't know what he did with it, but I went under the bed because the shirt was on the side of a bed. It was on top of a bed. And wow, my husband was in the shower, and the dog went in there and grabbed it off the bed. It's a constant battle with this dog. This dog is charming to a fault. Charming, and he's staring at me right now saying, what are you saying to those people? I am not like that. I'll even insert another picture of him. He's a beautiful dog. He's sweet. He's got the best personality. See, look, this is ugly right here. Very ugly, very ugly. But the black and white version, great. I love it. I even added a little piece of paper that says Dubrovnik because I love saying that word, Dubrovnik. And actually, in our book, we go to Herzegovina. We don't go there, but it's mentioned in the book. So we're in the same area of Eastern Europe. Anyhow, so stuff that I don't like in the colored version show up great on here. It's perfect. And it's so simple, so simple. I don't know why I've never done this. And you can do it with other colors on the copier and other colors in like Photoshop and Procreate and all the places that I love to play. Anyhow, so I'm cutting off the little bit of margin that the photocopier creates for you. And I'm just going to add a little bit here. And of course, I used the Dubrovnik part. I don't know if it'll ever show up. But I have the original, so I can make more. Unlike, I can't do that with Tim Holtz unless I photocopy them over and over, which, newsflash, I just might. Anyhow, James Burke's black and white washi tape is a lot like the book he made, and it works perfectly. So I added a little bit of that in too. And I'm loving this, loving this. Uh, so much so that I photocopied my Hobonichi, a page from Vietnam, and used it also because I was going to add this stamp right here from the post office, or the cancellation thing. And I'm like, oh, what if we photocopy our Hobonichi? Some of my favorite pages, which are the Vietnam pages, when I went in May. And I'm like, oh, let's go photocopy this. Except that it's so thick, it will create a shadow on the photocopier. So I just took a picture. And I think I used this page. Maybe not. I might have used the page where we went to the Women's Museum before the last full day we had. We went to a beautiful women's museum that was all about the history of women in Vietnam, which was really cool. Sorry, I took a drink. Um, Anyhow, so much fun. So much fun. Black and white rabbit holes. This is where I was. Call me Alice in Wonderland, Alice in black and white land. It was so funny. Um, Here I am trying to take a picture, but I gotta be careful. Anyhow, so it looks great in black and white also, and I printed those right from the iPad to the found a cheetah banana picture on the back of my iPad sticker. You never know what's going to happen here. So I even photocopied that layered frame that I did, and it doesn't look bad either. Especially if you get it like in the middle of stuff. Um, don't like center the picture. Just kind of use the edges. I love this. I'm really loving it. I don't think I'll do any more. I think I've got plenty. And I know I can do this technique now, and I can add it later on if I want to. But again, this month was all about experimenting and um, getting ideas in my head of things, just new things to do. And not rocket science, obviously. I'm not a rocket scientist, newsflash. So just fun stuff. Fun stuff. Here's my Hobonichi. Um, it was just so much. Uh, you don't have to have. Here's a good lesson for you. You don't have to have the $27 pack of Tim Holtz stuff. Do I have some of that? Yes. You don't have to have, Winsor Newton paint or experiment with Holbein paint. You can experiment with little stuff and cheap stuff and, photocopy your own stuff and create your own paper pack. It's a lot more fun. Yes, it's fun buying that other stuff, but hello, I'm having much more fun creating my own paper and seeing it day by day evolve into something much more fun. Um, I will use the other stuff too, but who needs one paper stack when you can have three? That's where I'm headed. That's where I'm headed. It's just way too fun. I think one of these days I'm going to just go through my box with you and show you what I'm taking for my journal. Only because I need options. I have no plans on what I'm going to do. I have a prompt list. That's all. That's it. So here's the individual papers that I photocopied and how they turned out up close. Fun, fun. I have a prompt list. That's all I'm working with right now. And I don't want to work with anything else until October 1st. And then watch out because here we come. Anyhow, thanks for watching as always. And I will see you all tomorrow with some more zany, crazy stuff.